Hi, everyone. Welcome to the 1% Happier and Healthier podcast. And this is the mini series where me, Sally, and Anne talk about our journey to Hyrox, Birmingham in about 5 weeks, I think.
5 weeks on Wednesday, Sal.
5 weeks on Wednesday. So it is getting ever closer. So we're going to do a bit of a recap of our training this week. Then we're going to do a deep dive into exercise five or six, is it? The rower and
6.
six. And then we'll think about what's happening next week.
We
So,
will.
Anne, how's your training been this week?
Well, I'm obviously still in the south of France boot camp, so it's going quite well. Not been doing much on the rowing front, which I know we're going to speak about because the rowing machine's broken. However, like I said in my last in our last High Rocks, I was going to focus on the compound exercises, lunging, squats, because I wanted to improve my strength for my wall ball. So I've been doing lots of those overhead presses this week. Oh my God, I did loads. And do you know what I'm really finding useful? And I am not an expert with weights, but I use Tabata music. So Tabata, you can get the timing. So it's 30 on, 20 off, or 40 on, 20 off. And I really find that it's a good focus because you do 8 sets. So you just listen to it. You're not
Yeah.
just thinking, I'm going to do 3 sets. I do 8. And I really like to train like that. So that's something I've found out that I really like. So I like to listen to music, but also it keeps me focused on the timing. So yeah, that's a top tip from me. With running, one of the ladies who's 65 who comes to my training, that is just like probably one of the youngest. They're all very, very super fit. They're very mobile and they're very engaged with training.
That's great.
It's really good, really positive. So, Pamela, who wants to increase her running ability, has been running before the class every day. So I've been joining her, and we've been
Oh,
running
great.
together. Yeah, we've been running together. And then Claire joined us, who's 74.
Gosh.
Yeah, so she was there as well. So it just shows you. Anyway, I'll keep on track. So the training's going really well, feeling stronger. I've been working on my core, did a 10K plank for over a minute, which I would never in a million years thought possible. But again, the core is all about the body, everything that's connected to it, and the strength there really important for the wall balls, well, for everything, the erg, the ski erg. And also after every session, I've been doing my farmer's carry, which is just like walking down the shops with a couple of shopping bags now. So
Yeah.
from finding it really difficult, what I've really noticed is my grip has got so much stronger.
Well
That's a big
done.
difference. And also, my trainer Thomas, who's here, said I was really pulling my shoulders back, thinking that was the way. And he said you keep them in the middle because that's where they're at the strongest. But if you were to go any direction, you would always go a slightly back, but not. And he also said just keep training these areas here around your back muscles because that's really important for the farmer's carry. But
Brilliant.
we've nailed farmer's carry. We've nailed
Whole
that.
load of
That's not
tips there. Whole load of tips, but
sorry.
inspirational.
I'm just loving all this training. It's great.
Inspirational for you to be accompanied by those older ladies as well,
Love
which
it.
shows us that actually maybe we're the youngsters.
We
And
are the
maybe,
youngsters.
we should have a bit more confidence and not write ourselves off. We could still be doing this 20 years' time.
Absolute. Honestly, every single one of them. And we all have to do burpees. There's no, I'm old, I can't do it. Everybody does it. It's just the inspiration and the mentality of those ladies is phenomenal. And I love training with them.
Brilliant. And
Yeah.
well done on your plank. I've been watching you on Instagram planking with these weights on your back. And I'm waiting to be in the gym with you next week. And you can help me put some on mine. I don't think I'll be going
Yeah.
straight for 10 kg. I'll maybe try with
No.
the 2.5 to
Yes,
begin
just
with.
build it up. It builds it up, but you get there. You just like it. I was like, never in a million years. Now I'm thinking about 20 kg. I'm going
Yeah.
to be working my way up to that. So just
Yeah.
keep challenging, just small step by small step. Anyway, my training, you can see I'm excited for the high rocks. Before I was thinking, oh, okay, can I do this? Now I'm like, yeah, bring it on. Come on, let's do this. We're on the podium.
So my week has been a little bit different. I was in the gym Saturday, that was fine. I did 7.5 mile run on Sunday because of course I've got the half marathon this weekend. But the different thing about this week was there's been a tube strike, which meant I
Oh,
had to walk to the office. So I had a long walk Monday morning and Monday evening, where I was kind of power walking to and from the office. And it was really interesting actually, because I was walking on Monday evening with a colleague and I talked to him about Hyrox, and he said that his gym trainer had suggested that he train for Hyrox, and he just went, "No way, I'm not doing that." And
come on.
I said, is that because it's too far away? And I said, sometimes some things look so unachievable that you can't even start the journey towards them. Whereas,
Mm,
you and
yeah,
I were already
yeah,
training. We were training without thinking of the end
yeah,
point. And
absolutely.
actually, we booked the tickets halfway th through the training. And I think,
Hmm.
his gym trainer should have actually got him to do some of the training and then suggested it.
Yeah,
Because I think
yeah.
sometimes people are put off, because it just seems
Good point.
too
Yeah, too
too out
much.
of reach. So yeah, so I didn't
Yeah,
get as many sessions in the gym, but I did get some long walks, some power walks. Tell you, there was
good.
nobody getting
Yeah.
in my way. When there's a train time to meet, there is nobody getting in my way. But anyway, I managed to get to strength and conditioning on Wednesday morning, strength and conditioning this morning. So, of course, lots of compound movements in the gym
Yeah,
class. So, deadlifts, what do you call them? Those squat thrusts that, of course, help
yeah,
with the wall ball,
yeah.
multiple sessions on a skier. So all of that kind of helps.
Yeah.
And this morning I made myself do some burpee broad jumps because I know I haven't done
Mm,
those for a while. Normally I need you in the gym to be encouraging me. But of course, because last week was the burpee week, I thought I really do need to do them. So I did 20 meters of burpee broad jumps.
brilliant.
I actually videoed it, so I'll be posting that on Instagram at some point over the weekend.
Hmm.
And I did 60 wall balls. So
Oh, that is good.
four lots of 15. So I'm quite happy with 15. I did 15 and then I had a 30-second break, 15, 30-second break, repeat until I'd done four lots. And I was quite pleased with my form. I think I probably um, got 13 or 14 out of 15 each time. Uh,
Amazing.
I was,
That's really good. So we don't want to pick up those penalties
no,
by
no.
not getting the form right. So
Yeah.
that's good
But yeah,
work, Sal.
so I feel quite pleased with that. I'm going to have a rest day tomorrow because, of course, I've got the half marathon on Sunday. Get that
Brilliant.
out of the way, and then it's going to be full on high rocks training.
Rocks. Yeah.
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 Okay. So the exercise we're talking about this week, of course, is the rower. And I
Yeah.
think probably most listeners are probably quite familiar with the rowing machine in the
Hmm.
gym. Um, so yeah, so basically you sit on the rowing machine with your feet strapped in securely, hands gripping the handle. Start with your knees bent, arms straight, and torso slightly forward. You drive back by pushing your through your legs first, hinging at the hips to bring your torso upright, and finally pull the handle to your lower ribs. And then you
Hmm.
return in reverse order, extending your arms, hinging forward at the hips, and bending your knees to slide forward to the start position. And you maintain a smooth rhythm with controlled breathing throughout.
Yeah.
Do 1,000 meters
Yeah.
between this. And I
Yeah.
think the research that I've been doing recently shows that the rower is an opportunity to sort of catch your breath at this
Mm.
point in the high rock.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them, a lot of these exercises, it's about catching your breath and about the technique, isn't it? So, and it's about swapping over between me and you. So we've got to think
Yeah,
about the timings and how much you're going to do because you would think just do 500 and get it over and done with. But that people, some people are saying do 250, swap, breathe, take a pause because the running gasses you out.
yeah,
So it's maintaining that and checking the zone of the heartbeat to see where we are. It's so much more than just going and competing because otherwise we're going to be shattered.
yeah,
It's like the burpees, do five, swap over. We've got to talk about technique for each particular station.
yeah,
The running, we know what we need to do, but again, it's about pace. So with the rower, as we found when we did our PT session with Mason, is that our form was completely wrong.
Yes.
And there was definitely a technique, and it felt really odd to start off with. Remember back in the day when he was saying, right, you need to
Yes.
lean back and then
Yes.
pull to your chest, and it's all about that technique, which
Yeah.
it felt really bitty, like
Yeah.
oh god, because normally you'd be like that rowing, but it really was about extending your chest, putting your shoulders
Yeah.
back, using your legs to drive. So it was a really, again, really insightful and really helped us with our technique going forward.
Yeah, and I think that's a key message for our listeners is don't assume your technique is on point because
Yeah,
even though you and I had been going to the gym for years, and to be honest, I'd kind of avoided the rower. And when I got on, I thought, well, this is easy. You just kind of, do the whole rowing.
yeah,
But actually, there is a whole timing to it to be as efficient as possible.
yeah,
And it didn't feel natural at all. And of course, you've got the tendency to ignore the advice and just go, nah, my technique's better. Well, how could it possibly be?
yeah,
Mason is a
yeah,
qualified PT and he's trained a whole load of people in Hyrox. Of course, he knows better than me.
yeah,
So,
of course.
I've just thought,
Yeah.
no, I've just got to work at this technique. And now it feels pretty natural.
Yeah, yeah. And did you know the person with the biggest size shoes has got to go first to
I
slip your
think we've
foot?
probably got the same size feet,
Yeah,
haven't
I
we?
know. Well, that's lucky. It's good job you haven't got a size 13 because that could be a bit of a complicated swap over. But no, it's we're taking on everything because we've come from this, and you're right about form at the gym. Looking around at other people, and I was one of those other people. 95% of people get it wrong.
Mm,
Or they're doing it, fair play to them, massive well done. But when you start looking about form and not getting injuries as well, and then performance, there's so much more to it, and that's where the experts do come in.
mm. Yep, great. So
Awesome.
next week we'll be talking about, oh, well, next week we'll be talking about our favorite
We'll
farmers
be
carry.
seeing each other in person next week, which is
Yes.
amazing.
Yes, and I think that's it. We're both looking forward to that. So next Friday, Anne and I will be back in the gym together and we'll be pushing ourselves through either maybe half a high rocks, maybe. I
Yeah,
think
why not?
try and
Yeah,
probably half the runs, but we'll do and then half the exercises
yeah,
each.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, do
yeah,
that full
yeah.
simulation. We'll see how we get on.
Really looking
Um,
forward to it.
so yeah, so great. Have a good week.
Yeah. Well, so what, training wise next week? We're
But
gonna,
training wise, as I say, so I've got a rest day tomorrow. So I'm
yeah.
actually going to go and help out at the
Oh
local
yeah, of
park
course,
run
yeah.
because, of
Yeah.
course, you know me, I can't just sit at home and do
No.
do nothing. So I'm going to go and do some barcode scanning at the
Nice.
local park run, and then Sunday I'll be doing the half marathon. So
Awesome.
hopefully you'll be back from France in
I hope
time to see
so.
me run past your
Yeah,
house, since the
yeah,
route conveniently runs past your very front door. And then gym a couple of times next week, hopefully.
awesome, awesome. Well, same for me as well. I've got to get back into my English rota, but I'm planning on doing a little run on Sunday around the park just to sort of stretch the legs because I've got a long journey. But yeah, looking forward to getting back and seeing you. And 5 weeks till Hyrox and counting.
Great. Have a good week.
You too. Bye.
Bye.